Environmental groups are outraged after the US military was granted permission to drop 4 unarmed bombs on the Great Barrier Reef off Central Queensland. US forces say the ordnance drop was necessary after a live training exercise failed.
2 Harrier aircraft were launched from USS Bonham Richard last Tuesday, bound for a live fire mission north of Shoalwater Bay. Each plane was armed with nearly half a tonne of ordnance. Neither aircraft was able to complete its mission.
We were made aware of it shortly after the incidents by Defence, in accordance with the normal procedures when one of these things occurs.
Low on fuel, both aircraft were instructed to jettison their payloads over the Great Barrier Reef. 2 inert bombs were filled with concrete and 2 laden with high explosives but unarmed. Each weigh more than 220 kilograms.
It should not be undertaken in a World Heritage area where the option is land a plane unsafely, of course that couldn't happen, or dump bombs on the reef. Well, you shouldn't be doing that either.
The US military says the pilots were forced to drop the 4 bombs around 12 nautical miles south of Belle Cay after numerous civilian vessels were detected around the pre-approved drop zone of Townsend Island. Military sources were today unable to confirm if the vessels taken into the live fire zone belonged to protesters. They did, however, take to the streets.
Power to the people, run on. Peace.
The bombs are believed to be sitting in 50 to 60 metres of water about 100 kilometres off the coast of Central Queensland, a place the military says is away from coral and poses little threat to marine life.
Where they were dropped is well away from any coral reefs and quite a way off the coast, so in quite a safe area from that perspective.
Efforts to safely recover the bombs are now underway. Matthew Howard, WIN News.
Meanwhile, exercise Talisman Saber has showcased Australia's newest amphibious ship, HMAS Choules. More than 1,000 soldiers, marines and paratroopers banded together for a spectacular assault on Shoalwater Bay.
As the C-17 approached Shoalwater Bay, the American paratroopers kept an eye on their target. 400 jumped from the aircrafts, filling the sky. The troops parachuted into the training area straight from a 17-hour flight from Alaska.
We will have 5 aircraft, which will drop 40 paratroopers per pass, from doing two passes for each aircraft.
They were simulating the capture of an enemy airfield. Such a large-scale operation does come with risks. 2 Americans were injured during a hard landing. 1 had to be flown to hospital. Meanwhile, the rest of the soldiers and Marines waited patiently at Sabina Point for the amphibious assault. It's the first time the HMAS Choules has been part of the exercise. 200 Aussies made their way onto the beach to secure the area.
Beach, you are clear to enter Red Beach. Over.
Then the dozers were brought in to stop the vehicles from getting bogged.
The dozer with the beach matting designed to allow heavy vehicles to be able to come across the wet sand once the tide starts to recede.
The Army says a major challenge was the enormous tidal shift while having to move a significant amount of personnel and equipment ashore. Both forces say the training exercise is vital in preparing soldiers for war and humanitarian missions. Ellie, Sibson, WIN News.